G'day and welcome to my studio tour. I want to give you people just a walk around through my studio just so you can see what's behind the scenes, how I operate in my studio and just how I make it work for filming and my actual artwork, okay? So come on in and let's have a walk around. After you come in my front door, this is a 42 square metre floor space. You pretty much come across to where I do the actual filming in the corner there. I have black curtains, curtain rods up underneath the ceiling cornice there. So there's curtain rods up there and they house the curtains, which I can draw back and forth. There is a air con at the wall there, so when times get really hot or cold I can use that, but that very rarely gets used. And up top I have some lighting, which is one here and one there. These are just the LED lights you have housed in your ceiling, so they don't radiate a lot of heat. I have this one for my intro, that's shining on my face, and I have another one over here, I want to turn them on in a minute, that gets the shadow off the side of me. So when I'm addressing the camera on an intro, I've got light hitting me here and hitting me here, so I've got no dark shadows. Everything's clear as possible. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. Once I'm filming, this light isn't on in the intro. This one's shining down onto the easel along with one here, which I'm going to show you later on as well. When I've done the intro, this one is turned off. This one up here is turned on along with that one, and then this one here is turned off. Earlier videos I will notice shadows casting across the canvas. It can be a hindrance to those people who are watching the videos. I know it bothered me, so I try and limit them as less as possible. So slowly and surely, over the years, moving from the house into this studio here, it's slowly coming more practical and it's set for filming. So I'll turn the LED lights on. Okay, they're both on, just the LED lights. Now you'll see over here, there's where's my finger? There's a double adapter. I unplug this one here when the intro is complete, and then just that one over there will stay on when I'm filming. So I'll turn this one off now. So I'll just unplug this one. The switch, I do have coloured LEDs behind here. I used to use them, but they just sort of sit there for gap filling right now. And I've got this one connected to the power board, which shines on the easel. And like I said, when I'm doing my intro, this one over here just simply, I'll turn this one off. This one shine against me there. So when the camera's over there, not there, I got that light on and not this one. That's how that worked. And I just got little touch button switches there to turn them on and off. This will come on. That one's on. That is showing my easel. Now, believe it or not, I'm going to show you exactly where the camera's sitting when I'm actually painting and filming, just so you see how twisted up and bent kneed I am. It's quite weird the way it works, but it works for me. And I do want to show you around the whole studio here, just so you get a vibe of where I'm working. Okay, let's assume this clamp is my camera, because my camera's over there filming. I normally have this, it's stretched out so it can fit over my easel here, over my palette, and I can pull it around, move it around wherever, and my camera can turn left and right and up and down. That's the way I've got it. And this is just simply a large easel that I've put wheels on, so it can move around the floor, the hard floor, quite easy, any direction. I've got the power source clamped on here, leaded to the wall. I've got rags here, so I'm filming. Everything's at hand's reach. That's why my palette is where it is. I'll explain that as well. So back over here, my canvas is normally taped to this board. That's me. I've got a laptop and a monitor there as well, which I will show you. So the camera's here, and I can paint like this, but sometimes you know how you got to get close to your work. I'll turn that out. Does it make any difference? Get rid of that glare. And this knee, for some reason, cops it, because I've discovered I'm bending it pretty much backwards, and this camera gets all the way here and there, and I'm working around this camera. So that's just a hindrance I have. It's part of the parcel of having to film the way I film when I paint. If I didn't have to film, I can sit down at a table and enjoy the process, but I do enjoy making these videos for you people out there because I know you get a lot out of them, and because you get a lot out of them, that's why I make them. Now let's have a look where I stand. Like I said, my palette is in a specific spot for my filming. That's the table surface here, and my table easel is mounted to a plastic milk crate, which brings it to that height, and I've got this bracketed to the front. Reason being, when I'm painting, I've got the camera here, as you know. I like to just do less travel as possible to do the transition from palette to canvas. Okay, before it was all the way down over there, and filming that was just a tedious job. So the more easy you can make it, the better it and comfortable I am at filming. I always have this little pot here filled with water. That is so when I need to dilute the paint a little bit just to get it inky. Now over here are my water pots. I have three. I have a detailed brush and I have me first and second wash. So let's just say I've used this brush and it's dirty. If it's really thick and dirty, the best procedure is wipe the bulk off on a rag or my tablecloth, so to speak, and I'll grind it onto, there's a metal rack in the bottom of this pot. Let's see if you can see that. See that metal rack there, the metal grate? And I just grind that on there. And as I'm doing it, it's important, I find it very important, I pull the brush up the container and whoosh it in there some more and pull it up, and it pulls out the snot that's in your brush. Then if I have to, this is a cleaner water, I'll rinse it in there and leave it ready to go again. They are pretty much right afield from my palette there, so when I'm standing here painting, I'm painting here down to, let's say here, I'm picking up the paint onto the canvas and I'm done. It's just a straight down here and I can do me washing away when I'm in a bit of a rush, especially filming live. Down here is the holster for the dryer. It's already set to hot. I can turn it on all the way up and I press this trigger in here and that'll convert it to cold. Off with the trigger and it's back to hot air. That's a noisy mongrel, that one. But yeah, that's important to have one of these when you're doing acrylic art. It helps speed up the drying processes. I do have a squirty bottle here. It's quite a big one because I don't like little ones. Okay, just like me pencil. I don't like little pencils. I like big pencils. All right, but anyway, that's my squirty bottle in case I need to squirt something. It's always sitting there. Everything's on hand. Now down here to the right of the easel are the main brushes that I use. My detail brushes, my medium flats and filberts there in there, and my fan brush and larger filberts here, okay? They always sit there because they're what I'm going to use in that tutorial process when I'm filming. Now tucked in here is the laptop, and over to there is the monitor. So at the moment I have it set to my Facebook page. Now if I'm going live, I bring up the live feed there and I'm just painting here at the canvas there, and I just have to look over to there to see if there's anything important in the chat or there's a member that needs a shout out, because all my YouTube members get shout outs in my lives. So, and also if I have a picture, let's just say I shrink that down and I'm using a reference picture. I'll just bring a picture up. Here's a one I did of my mother. Okay, that's a graphite pencil drawing that I did of my mother. Now I will have the reference picture in here, so I'm filming and painting here and I'm glancing over there at the reference. Now we'll go to the paint rack. Just before we go to the paint rack, once again for filming purposes, everything is easy access. That's me mal stick there. And over here, oh, that's the silver play button, is the bullshit stick. Easy access. Look at this. I've got that next to, I'll turn that light on so you can see. I just pick that up like so, into this hand, and I'm ready to rock and roll. That's the mouse stick. And it's straight away, out of my way, back to filming again. Easy access, quick and efficient. And over here, my bullshit stick, it sits up, let's go up there a little bit just so you can see. I have a screw, see that screw on the edge of it? This screw here, that keeps it off the board, And also that's a hook up there, that wire. So that hooks up there for easy access as well. So boom, I'm done. If I need it, I just grab it over to here. And how it works, this straight edge, square edge, locks onto my board, and that screw that I have keeps this off the board so it's not touching the canvas. And I can go up and down with that and get bullshittingly straight lines. And like I said, for easy access straight away, I can just put it up here and onto that hook and she's done, out the way. I have a rubbish bin there to throw stuff in, bits and bobs underneath the table. Now under here is for easy access. I can reach underneath. I've got my kitchen cloth and I have the pouncers in this tub here, all different pouncers. If you can find them in your arts and crafts stores, grab yourself some, because anything arty and crafty is gold to have in your studio. Coming along here, this is a good table. It's just got an old curtain on it, but it's keeping it protected. It used to be my dining table. Coming along here are the taller paints that I just use there that I might use a lot of. They're a free flow paint, still a Tilia brand. They all sit under the easel there, like so. There's the easel there, that white glass thing. It's glass, painted white behind. That's me black gesso. Every time I finish a tutorial, I come up here and I paint the board black again, ready for filming the new video. And like I said, over here is my monitor. Now I've got a couple of paint racks. This one's just made out of MDF. I've slotted it out just so as the tubes can go in and out. I'm standing right here. It's all easy access to grab it. And the same over here. This is just a bit of metal channel, thin channel. And I've done the same there. I've just, where are we? Where'd that one go? I've just made slots, and the lids slot in there. Someone did ask why some of my tubes have masking tape on them. When I made this slotted thing here, some of the slots were a little bit too wide, so you'll notice the ones on this edge here and here, there they've got the masking tape on it because these slots were a bit too wide. So the masking tape made the lid a bit wider to sit in there. But in general, and I got this idea when I was in the art store, that theirs was really long though, the way they had all the paints in there, and I thought, I really want something like that in my studio. So that just sits there behind my table easel, ready to grab as well. When the camera's off, I'm going there, grabbing it, setting up more paints there. That's the other LED light. Looking at the table and the easel and the palette from this angle here, everything's there, all for filming purposes. You'll see the frame on the wall there where I whack a frame on it. Now, it's painted black on the back for a reason, because it hangs on the wall and I want it to not stick out like bees' knees. So when I'm doing my intro, you might see the faint outline of that black frame. When I whack a frame on it, I have a ledge on my board here on my easel, and I see this mark here. I've got the right mark height, so that's where I put my canvas. So when I whack a frame on it, I'll pull the frame off here. That's on a wire hook as well for ease of access, just hanging up there. I'll swing it around the right way, and I'll just simply, where are we? It'll sit on that board there. There we go. And the painting is sitting in the right area, so when I whack the frame on, it's just dressing the painting at the end of the show, just to give you an idea how they look framed. You can see the wire hook here, all as it is, and why I put it back to front. Once I've whacked a frame on it, it's picking up paint. And I know this from when I used to film inside the house. I used to just put it back on the wall that way, but I was getting paint on my curtain. So that's why I always hang it back to front as well. Another reason for filming purposes. Now, because I'm standing here, just to here, I got more paints, scrapers, all my blending brushes sit here for ease of access. This is wheeled out of the way when I do my intro, and then once I've finished the intro, I can bring it back over closer. And over here, there's just another accessible stand here with all bits and bobs on it, other brushes, and they are my water-based oils. I haven't gotten around to using them yet. And over here, this is a good thing you might want to know, is my beater bucket. I have it in the second bottom drawer because I used to have it on the floor, but I was bending down too much to reach in there. So this is at good standing height. I can just stand up, and I've got a broomstick screwed across the bottom about, I don't know, 10 inches off the bottom. And once I've washed the brush, I give that a severe flogging against that stick, and the brush can just sit there. This is where I'll wash the brushes out. I have a sink here, and for those of you who didn't know, this is a self-contained little studio. In here, in this door, if you've never seen what's in this door, I'm about to show you. This is the business side of things, where you sit down and do your business. We have a simple vanity and a shower, because Reese actually lives in here. So there's the shower there. I built this building all by myself with the help of him and his brother. So this is it here, the studio. Nice, neat, humble little place for my boy to live in and for me to do my filming in. When I'm finished filming, I simply take off my lab coat and hang that up, and that just sits there forever and a day till I come back in here and do more filming. But normally I'm wearing that throughout the filming process. Just adds more character to the character I'm portraying on camera. Just to this side of the sink is another bench area. I have a towel there. My gloves sit there ready for starting the new film. My glass palette, when I'm done and dusted, that'll simply come off my area there. I just simply put it there. I spray it with the Windex. I have this scraper here, and I scrape the paint and push it into that bin I showed you earlier. I just bring this forward like so. It's over the edge of the bench, and I scrape all the old paint into that plastic bin, and I take the plastic bag out of the bin, and it gets thrown in the rubbish like all the rest of the rubbish and plastics we throw away. Just down here left of field, I have a little Google Home Mini. It's always plugged in, and if I ever need to find out some research on something, a subject or something I'm painting, I can always ask it, or ask it a simple question like I might be stuck and like, let's put it to the test now. Hey Google, how can I mix a yellow-green?
On the website color-meanings.com, they say if you mix yellow and green paint together, you'll get yellow-green, which is a tertiary color. It looks a lot like a lighter shade of green, but many refer to it as chartreuse. Adding extra green or yellow to this color is an easy way to get... All
right, she's going on and on a bit there, but you get the gist of how that works. So I can simply, okay, I'll mix my yellow-green. But yeah, or let's just say someone's given me a painting, or not a painting, a picture, and I have to research the area. I can ask Google about the area, so I've got more knowledge on what I'm talking about and things like that. So that's very handy to have in my studio as well. I have my glasses here when I need glasses. I have a clock there just so as I can govern the time. I have my water bottles over here, which is what fills up that pot. Sometimes I forget to do that, but it's important I keep that filled as I'm filming. Okay, now I'm back over here where I normally do the intros and the outros. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what I'm doing, be sure to give me a comment, like and subscribe. You tell your friends if you like what I'm doing, but if you don't, you tell everybody. Also, check that video out of mine as well. It's a beauty. All right, goodbye, good luck, and good on you.